So, there has been some stuff going on with the whole Pattinson situation. So let's kind of what I know, because I haven't read this article yet. Kind of like how I do reactions. I'll read the headline and oh, that'll be fun to talk about, and then we'll get it queued up. And sometimes it works off, and sometimes it doesn't, or works out rather. So TLDR of what I know about the situation as it stands. The Robert Pattinson Batman, and this has not been a secret the whole time. Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson, their Batman is not in the DCU. It is an Elseworlds story as far as the movies go. I didn't remember Muschietti being the director for the proper DCU Batman movie, but it's kind of irrelevant. James Gunn has said that there will be a different Batman in the DCU. In recent weeks, people have been rumor-mongering that is going to change, that James Gunn has seen the success of Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson's movie and the hype for the next movie, and which has been pushed back to 2026 now. So he's seen the success of that and how the fans are really enjoying it, and wants to adapt it or change the plan, I guess is probably more appropriate, so that Pattinson is in the DCU, and that is the Batman for the DCU proper. Well, it would seem that Andy Muschietti has taken issue with this, and that is where this article picks up. We will very likely be going down some rabbit holes with this one, because I feel like this is pretty big. I already know one rabbit hole we're going to be touching on, and that is the Creature Commandos episode that has a silhouette of Batman in it. I just watched one where we saw Batman impaled on a stake. What am I, 4 episodes deep, 4 episodes deep, I think, into Creature Commandos. So we'll touch on that, because there's a big rumor around the silhouette from a cartoon. Yeah, because everyone looks exactly like they do in the real world as they're represented in a cartoon, especially when it comes to superhero movies. Oh, man. All right. So let's get into this article from Cosmic Book News, because that is where I start all of my research for even the regular research episodes. This is where I start my research, because the guy who runs this, I can't think of his name right now. He also runs the trash one. What was it called? I have it linked on the Twitter. It's like my pinned tweet. Is it just in bookmarks? I think it might just be in bookmarks. No. Where did it go? I'll find it, because it deserves tools. It definitely deserves traffic, because like it's legit. Whatever, man. We'll find it though. So let's start with this article. Oh, the guy who runs the place. I was gonna go look that up. Matt McGloin is the guy who runs Cosmic Book and the movie review site. So, Andy Muschietti, the title, Andy Muschietti fires back. His Batman is DCU, separate from Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves. Okie dokie. So, it sounds like James Gunn has created a big mess at DC, and now Andy Muschietti fires back and says his Batman is the DCU Dark Knight and separate from the Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves universe. The backstory. So what happened is, when James Gunn first announced the DCU, Andy Muschietti was announced on Brave and Bold, which is going to be our first introduction to Batman, featuring Batman and his son Damian Wayne. When James Gunn said Brave and the Bold script wasn't ready, insinuating he wasn't happy with it, rumors came out that Gunn wanted Robert Pattinson. Oh, there were also, we're going to go down some rabbit holes. There were also rumors based on what Matt Reeves said at the whatever awards show just happened. I don't know. The Golden Globes. Matt Reeves said something on the red carpet about how he doesn't know what the future holds, and he was kind of being really vague, and it sounded like conversations were had as to what it would take to adapt his Batman into the DCU, or adopt, or whatever word I'm looking for there. But it didn't sound like he was super keen on it, but was still trying to be diplomatic. At least that's how I read the tone in his voice when I watched the video, or when the video was played for me, because I watched it. I was watching. It was at the gym. Good Lord, Den of Nerds. I was watching Josh over at Den of Nerds break it down, and I feel like his take was pretty similar to my take, in that he thinks that maybe there have been conversations, but it's not really going to be a thing. And here we are talking about this news article. So back to the news article at hand. Gunn confirmed it had been discussed. See, there we are. Following that, in a recent interview, Andy Muschietti said The Brave and the Bold has been postponed, and he's working on a different movie. Then it was announced that Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson's The Batman Part 2 has been delayed yet again, this time another year. Oh, by 27. I don't remember seeing that, but I've also not been super on it because we're in the off season, so I'm more focused on behind the scenes stuff. So interesting, it got bumped back to 2027. Obviously, putting all the above together, it was then speculated the reason for the postponement and delay was possibly syncing Matt Reeves' Batman with Gunn's DCU and David Cornsweet's Superman. If that happens, it's assumed Brave and Bold won't happen, and Andy Muschietti won't be directing. Matt Reeves appeared at Golden Globes on Sunday and was asked about his Batman being part of the DCU. Reeves seemed against the idea, but open to it. Yeah, I can see how that's the read. We can guess Reeves at least wants to wait until July to see if Gunn's Superman is a success. I really don't think that's what he's doing. I really think Matt Reeves wants to get his trilogy or however many movies he wants to make. He wants to get that series of movies made. And Robert Pattinson also, I mean, he's an actor. He lives in Hollywood. Like, sure, he's going to just say yes to money because we saw even Joaquin Phoenix will bend to the right dollar amount. But we're still going to go on the assumption that he only wants to do this for however long he's contractually obligated to do it, because we heard about all the stuff from behind the scenes on the first movie, how he didn't want to work out and he had a different vision for how his Batman was going to look on screen and blah, 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 all of the drama. So it sounds like Reeves wants to do his epic story. Pattinson wants to cash out. I don't see either of those two very key players signing on to join the DCU. It just doesn't make sense. So the article continues. Matt Reeves' Batman not part of the DCU, says Muschietti. Now, just yesterday, this article was written last week. So just yesterday, being a week ago, Andy Muschietti did another interview where he said he's still involved with Brave and the Bold. Muschietti actually said the reason for Brave and the Bold being postponed is that it doesn't get released, so that it doesn't get released at the same time as Matt Reeves' Batman Part 2. Here's what Muschietti told Radio TU as translated by, I'm assuming, Cosmic Book. There is a Batman that, as everyone knows, will belong in the new DCU. Matt Reeves' Batman is pretty clearly not part of this new universe. However, Warner and DC are continuing with the second part of Reeves' Batman. The second part, as everyone knows, has also been delayed to 2027 or something like that. Brave and the Bold will take some time before it comes out. It would be absurd to release two Batman movies at the same time. What DC is doing is working on a plan so that the two movies don't overlap. As for my participation in the movie, for now, there are good intentions. There are intentions. They want me to do it. I want to do it. I want to make the movie. Interesting. All right, so I mean, that touches on just about everything, but let me see if I can find, I'll do it off stream. I'm going to see if I can find that image, because, oh, come on, go faster. Let's get there faster, shall we? The image from Creature Commandos. We'll just Google it, I guess. Oh, shush. I can spell. That shows the silhouette of Batman. Batman in Creature Commandos. There we go. All right. So let's pull this up. New tab. Paste. So this silhouette, hopefully this one's big enough. Open image. Where are you? Image in new tab. Oh, bite me. There we go. That's a big one. So this image of Batman as seen... Oops, that's not what I wanted either. Go away. What'd you say, pup? I didn't hear it. So this image of Batman, this silhouette, if you will, noticeably larger than the way Robert Pattinson was presented on screen in the Pattinson movies. The rumor is that because of the size of this guy, of this art... Hello, Chris. Glad you could join us, bud. Because of the way this Batman is drawn, that obviously this couldn't be the same Batman as Robert Pattinson. And yes, I agree, it's not going to be the same Batman as Robert Pattinson, but it still could be. This isn't definitive for any reason. If you watch Creature Commandos, the lady doing the voice of the bride doesn't look like that in real life either. It's just an absolutely ridiculous conclusion to draw if your whole idea is, well, we're trying to prove or disprove who's going to be playing Batman in the live-action version of the character in this new universe that they've created. Like, that's just absolutely absurd. There was something else I wanted to throw into this segment, but, like, seriously, that's absolutely ridiculous. I think we covered everything because we talked about Reeves. Yeah, I think we covered everything. So yeah, we will be seeing the Pattinson movies conclude very likely with the third one. I don't think I've heard any rumblings that it's going to go beyond 3. And then between 2 and 3 is when it sounds like the Muschietti Batman, a.k.a. Brave and Bold, will be coming out into theaters, and that will be the proper DCU Batman. We are going to meet this Batman as he is well into his career, because the Brave and the Bold story, which they're going to borrow from, obviously they're not just retelling the Brave and the Bold, but the story, in every instance I'm aware of anyway, takes place very well into Batman's career as a crime fighter, as a vigilante, if you will. So we're going to see a very well-established Batman. We're going to see a very dark Gotham. We're going to be meeting Damian Wayne at the age of 11 is when it is in the comic books, I'm pretty sure, though I will not be surprised to find out that they are going to age Damian up quite a bit. But also the implication of Damian Wayne means we're probably going to get some at least reference, probably an actor cast in the role of Talia al Ghul. And I think those are the only major implications that we can. So either way, Pattinson doesn't have the figure and doesn't want to build the figure to be Batman in mid-career, effectively. And so, like, that in and of itself, if the guy doesn't want to play that, then that's not going to be the guy that they choose. Like, I don't understand why this is such a big deal, but apparently this is a huge deal. And Matt Reeves is going to make fantastic movies. Like, I really dug the first one. I really hope the second one steps it up even more. And the third one just completely knocks it out of the park. Muschietti, I have some reservations because I saw The Flash. Also, his version of it was a little questionable by the end. Like, there's some very strange directorial choices in chapters 1 and 2. I think that have me a little trepidatious as to him being the guy in charge of Batman in the DCU. At least to start. I mean, there's no guarantee he's going to continue directing Batman movies, but he's directing the first Batman movie. So that is what we got for the Batman situation. Let's get some more news, shall we? Let's